Hello, you're welcome to Classic Data Lab, where we provide you with the needed skill to extract insight, add value, and make impact from data. In today's video, we are going to continue with our series on data types and operators in Python. In our previous video, we learned that the core data types in Python include integers, floats, booleans, and strings. And we focused on integers and floats. In this lesson, we are going to focus on booleans, comparison operators, and logical operators with more examples. Let's start with booleans. Booleans are logical data types made of two values, basically true and false. So booleans in Python basically refers to true and false. And one thing to note is that they must start with capital letters, or else it wouldn't be recognized, or they wouldn't be recognized as booleans. If you write true in all caps, it's not seen as a boolean. And if you write true in lower caps or in lower cases, it's also not seen as boolean. So it may be coming from a programming language like R, where booleans are represented in caps. In Python, you need to start with a capital letter, but the rest should be small letters, right? So as you see here, true, the T is capital, and for false, the F is capital. This is very, very important because different programming languages have different way of representing booleans, but they are the same, true and false. All right, booleans are also represented as bool, short in Python. Okay, so if you check for a boolean data type, Python will return bool. Let's see something like this. If you check for the type of this true, you see that Python will return bool, right? So that's the short name Python gives to booleans. And the last thing to note about booleans is that true is represented with 1, and then false is represented with 0. So if you say true plus true plus true plus false, basically you are saying 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 0, and Python will return 3, or Python will give the output as 3. This is very, very important to note. You will see the application of this concept when we start with data manipulation, data cleaning, and so on. You will see that some functions will be applying these concepts to make meaningful to bring meaningful outcomes. Okay, so we need to have this in mind. All right, so that's all about booleans. Very, very simple, and they can be found in every programming language, so they shouldn't be treated lightly. Take them serious as you see them here. All right, okay, so next on our list is comparison operators. What are comparison operators? As their name suggests, they are used to compare expressions or values. Simple. So comparison operators are operators that are used in programming languages to compare values. In different programming languages, we have different types of representation for the comparison operators, right? In Python, less than the less than symbol is used to represent less than. The greater than that we see in mathematics also used in Python to represent greater than. So in Python, almost what you see in mathematics stays same, just that with the equals to is a different thing. Instead of using just single sign, equal sign, you will see double equal sign. If you use single equal sign in Python, it doesn't make it a comparison operator. Rather, it becomes an assignment operator. So you need to pay attention to this. In the same way, if you want to negate an equal sign, use the exclamation sign first. So if you see the exclamation sign plus equal sign, it means not equal to, right? So as you can see here, we have less than, greater than, less than or equals to, greater than or equals to, and not equal to, right? And the outcome of comparison operators is booleans. Anytime you use a comparison operator, the result is either true or false. So let's see examples here. For instance, let's see this particular expression. 2 is less than 3. The outcome here is what? True, because 2 is indeed less than 3. But if you say 2 is greater than 3, the outcome will be what? False. And if you say 2 is equal to 3, the outcome will also be false. The same way, if you say 2 is less than or equal to 4, you will get true. But if you say 2 is greater than or equal to 4, you also get false, right? So kindly pay attention to that. And this is the last one, saying that 2 is not equal to 3, right? Logical operators looks very simple in this case, but their usage or their importance in programming cannot be underestimated, right? We move to logical operators. What we did was comparison operators, and the next on our list is logical operator. Logical operators also yields Booleans as their output, right? Logical operators refers to or are special symbols or words used to connect 2 or more expressions to form a compound expression, right? So like English, when we have words like and, or, and so on, these are used to combine 2 or more sentences, right? The same way, if you come to programming, we use the and, the or, and the not to also combine expressions or to connect 2 or more expressions, okay? And the compound expression, the meaning or the outcome of the compound expression depends on the type of operator used and the meaning of the original expressions, right? So there's the need for us to take them one by one and see what they mean and analyze what they also do in terms of expressions, okay? So let's start with the basic one. There are 3 basic logical operators in Python: and, or, and the last one is not, right? So and can be represented as and, or you can use the and symbol as seen over here. The same way, you can, for the or, you can use or use the pipe symbol to represent it. For not, it's simply not, right? So what does the and logical operator do? The and logical operator evaluates if both sides, right, are true. So let's say you have expression A and expression B, and you are combining it with, or you're combining them or connecting them with the and logical operators. The compounds expression or the combined expression will be either true or false. It will be true if and only if the first expression is true and the second expression is true, right? So the and checks if both expressions are true. If not, the compound will become false, right? So the and only is true only and if only both expression A, expression B are true. Now coming to the or operator. The or operator evaluates if at least one side is true, right? It tries to check and see if one side is true. That is, if A is true and then B is false, or will still say that the expression is what? True, or the combined expression is true. So for all that all needs is at least one truth, and it will say that the compound expression is true. It will only say false if and only if both sides are false, right? So that's the or for you. What about the not? The not basically negates the outcome of the expression. So if you write an expression and the outcome is, let's say, true, if you unwrap it in the not with the not operator, it becomes false. The same way, if it is false and you wrap it with the not operator, it becomes true. So you can view the not operator as a negator that always negates the outcome of an expression, right? So I've written them here for review or for your revision. So in case you want to get access to this particular lab, kindly check the link in the video below, right? I've supplied the link below this particular video. If you click on this link, it will take you to Classic Lab GitHub repository where all the labs are hosted. So you even see other previous labs that I've used for tutorials, and you can have access to them for free. Okay, play with it, make changes, and make some tweaks to see the outcome that you will get. Okay, and please don't forget, in case you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, kindly click on the subscribe button, and don't also forget to click on the notification bell so that anytime I update or I upload a new video, you'll be notified and you wouldn't miss any of the videos that I'll be uploading subsequently. All right, thank you. Let's get back to lessons. Let's try and see some examples here. Let's say we have 3 examples or 3 expressions. We can also call them statements, right? The first is false, the second is true, and the third is true. Let's combine the first statement, the second statement. The first statement, which is false, if you combine it or connect it to the second statement with the and logical operator, since the first is false and the second is true, the combined expression or the compound expression is going to be what? It's also going to be false. Let me run that again. All right, it's also going to be false. And if you combine statement 2 and 3, which are true, both are true, n will give you true. Right, that's what I was explaining earlier on. Statement 3 is false, statement 1 is true. If you combine them with n logical operator, you should be expecting what? False, right? Because since 1 is true, 1 is false, you are going to get false. And let's use numbers here. 7 is greater than 5, that's true, right? 3 is less than 5, that is also true. So if you write an expression like this, the outcome will be what? True. We have more examples here, and it doesn't have to be only 2 expressions. You can have more expressions. Python will just make sure that it breaks them into units and then deal with them accordingly. So for instance, if you have something like this, 7 is less than 5 and 3 is less than 5 and 10 is greater than 9. If you have something like this, what you need to do, you have to first pick the first expression. Okay, let's say 7 less than 5 and 3 less than 5, something like this. 7 can't be less than 5, so since this is false, then the highlighted expression here is going to be false. Okay, then it take this result and compare with this particular expression here, because 10 is definitely greater than 9, so this is true and the whole of this is false, so the total outcome is going to be what? False. Okay, so that's how Python works. You can try more examples as you see below. All right, then we move to the OR operator. As I mentioned earlier on, the OR operator yields false only and if only both expressions are false. Other than that, it will always yield true. Okay, yeah. So if you have 100 less than 200, that's true. 100 less than 50 is false. But since OR evaluates to see if at least one of them is true, it will yield true in this case, unlike the n, right? You will need to just practice more to become familiar with the difference between the OR logical operator and the n logical operator. It's quite simple, but if this is your first time, it may look confusing, right? So you need to have access to this lab and then run it for yourself. Don't forget to also subscribe for more videos on these basic things in Python programming. Not logical operator, that's the last one. It, as I mentioned, it negates the expression. So we have statement 1 being false and statement 2 being true. When we unwrap statement 1, which is false, with the not in the not operator, you are just going to get the reverse, false or true. And if it is true, you are going to get false, right? So that's what it does. So if you see, you have 100 being less than what? 200, or 100 less than 50. This expression that we have here, we are supposed to get it to be true, isn't it? So the expression itself is true, but since we are negating it, we should be expecting false. Do you get that? Yeah, so that's the not operator for you. I've included more examples here for you to play with and get better understanding. Feel free to leave your questions in the comment section. I will do my best to answer them for you, and also pass comments. If you think there's something I need to even add or explain further, please let me know. I'll be happy to see your comments below. All right, so thank you for watching this video. I hope to meet you in the next video, where we will pay attention to strings, one of the most important data types in Python. See you then. Bye for now.